Tinamita Nivarana, the sloth and torpor. It is an unwholesome state of consciousness that makes us reluctant to listen the Dhamma and to practice the Dhamma. Some people do practice meditation. They are not energetic enough to practice wholeheartedly. So sloth and torpor, laziness, is an obstacle to progress on the noble path, and as such it denies many lazy people the flavor of the Dhamma. They are like prisoners in jails who do not have the opportunity to enjoy themselves like other people who are free to make merry. In the same way, the flavor of the Dhamma can be realized only to those who practice it. They have testified that the flavor of the Dhamma is quite unlike the taste of any other things that they know from experience. They have some enjoyment with other objects, but the flavor of the Dhamma cannot be compared to other happiness. Because of its uniqueness, one cannot communicate about the kinds of flavor to anyone else, particularly to lazy people who will not do anything to savor the taste of the Dhamma. So many indolent people are totally in the dark about the supreme peace attainable after realizing the noble path and Nibbana. Nowadays, some people have easy access to the practice, easy access to the Dhamma, but owing to their laziness, many of them are denied the taste of the real peace. They are too sluggish and lethargic and lazy to be able to appreciate the Dhamma, let alone to have the prospect of realizing its ultimate goal. True, laziness is not always harmful to us. For one reason or another, at times we do not feel like doing anything worthwhile or meaningful. What matters most for us, however, is that we should be on guard against laziness. We should be on guard against sloth and torpor during practicing meditation. We should get rid of laziness, sloth and torpor as soon as we notice its obvious signs such as weariness or boredom, etc. Yogi have to note immediately. And the fourth hindrance is Utticha Kokocha, restlessness and worry. Restlessness is mind wandering. Mind is not at the meditation object, it is above the object. In the time of the Buddha, a young monk who gave free rein to discursive thinking while he was fanning an elderly monk, elderly tailor. The young monk thought of leaving the holy order and getting married. He became so much absorbed in his daydream that he hit the old monk, mistaking him for his wife. Due to the hindrance of worry, we should understand remorse over the mistakes we have made in our speech and actions. Kokocha worry, the hindrance of worry is remorse over the mistakes we have made in our speech and actions. The man who is hostage to his hindrance become entirely impotent like a slave. Long ago, when slavery was widespread, an impoverished man might be forced to become the slave of his creditor for payment of his debt. He would have to give up his freedom and other human rights and put himself at the mercy of his master. Much credit is due to social reformers in the West for the abolition of slavery through legislation. Still today, there are some countries where the people have no human rights and are de facto slaves of the power elite. Hence, it is up to us to free ourselves from restlessness and worry that block access to the Dharma and appreciation of the essence of the Dharma. So when sloth and torpor overpower, we are like a prisoner in jail, and when restlessness and worry, we are like a slave. So yogi, when you overpowered by sloth and torpor, you have to note it, you have to get rid of it as soon as you notice the obvious signs of sloth and torpor and boredom. Yogi, be careful when you have restlessness and worry, you become a slave, you become a hostage to mental defilements. You have to recognize, note it, and reject it. So the last hindrance to our enlightenment is Vicikicca Nivarana, skeptical doubt. It is not doubt that concerns our daily affairs. In our daily affairs, we doubtful about the names of the man. I doubtful that person name. we doubtful about the lane and street. The kinds of doubt regarding daily affairs cannot deter, cannot stop our practice. But this Vicikicca is skeptical doubt about the true teacher, enlightened one, skeptical doubt about the true teaching, skeptical doubt about the true practitioner, Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and skeptical doubt about the practice. It is like the vacillation of a trader. The trader is unable to decide. Trader was traveling. He carried a bag of money and important things. When he traveled, robbers follow in hot pursuit behind the trader to rob the money. And the trader with a bag of money came to a crossroads, and he found himself at a loss what to do, because he was at the crossroads. Which way have to go? And then he was at the loss what to do, and then robbers caught him, and he had to pay dearly for his irresolution, because he was overtaken by the robbers. The robbers killed the trader and took the bag of money. In the same way, the yogi committed to the practice of the Dhamma resembles the traveler, the trader, following a road that is totally foreign to him. For he is bound for Nibbana, which is as yet inaccessible to common people. Except for 5 Sodavasa, the pure abodes, a group of 5 heavens in the category of 5 material worlds, there is no place on earth, there is no elsewhere which is beyond the reach of living beings. We have been every realms except the 5 pure abodes, because that pure abode is for the Arya, Brahma, and other 31 except for 5 pure abodes, other realms we all have been there. According to the teaching, we have been to all the realms, we have been to hell, we have been all the countries, and we have been to all celestial realms except pure abode, and we have been all countries. But Nibbana, and the way to Nibbana, transcend ordinary human experience. Nibbana, we never been there. Therefore, the yogi should do away with his doubt and follow the teacher instruction based on the teaching of the Buddha. Because the way to Nibbana, we must follow the teaching of the Buddha. Buddha already reached Nibbana, so Buddha is our guide. So how Buddha guide us to reach Nibbana? The instruction is in accord with the Satipatthana method of the Buddha. The method is simple in that it requires only to watch, to note, to observe mindfully every psychophysical phenomena arising at 6 sense doors: eye door, ear door, nose door, tongue door, body door, and mind door. Whatever the object of attention, it does not make much difference as long as observation is linked to the 5 khandhas, 5 aggregates, comprising the psychophysical process. So the yogi may begin with any visible object. The yogi may begin with any sound. The yogi may begin with any smell. The yogi may begin with any taste. The yogi may begin with any tactile impression. And the yogi can focus his or her mind on any part of his body or any state of consciousness. The yogi may begin the object of intention, imagination, thinking, or feeling. Whatever the object of attention, it does not make much difference. Here, we begin with the rising and falling of the belly, which is a phenomenon of the materiality, rupa group. Both rising and falling indicates movement, motion, that is Vayo Dhatu, one of the 4 primary elements. According to the commentaries, the yogi who has not yet developed concentration, who has not yet developed tranquility, who has not yet developed samatha, he or she should begin with the 4 primary elements when he practices meditation to attain insight knowledge, vipassana jnana. On the other hand, the yogi who is well grounded in the practice of concentration, that means samatha practitioner, he may note the jhanic jhanic consciousness. That is, he may note the entranced jhanic absorption. He can start. He can begin with the jhanic mind. So samatha practitioner can begin, may proceed with jhanic mind, may proceed with entrance absorption. We are not samatha practitioner, we are vipassana practitioner. So this method does not presuppose tranquility. This method does not presuppose samadhi on the part of the practitioner. It focuses on the observation of the four primary elements as recommended by the commentaries. Of the four elements, Patavi Dhatu, the earth element, is the destination for hardness and solidity, a phenomenon that impinges on our consciousness. For example, we touch some object with our hands, and the Tejo Dhatu, the heat elements, indicates heat, warmth or cold, and the water element, Abho Dhatu, denotes liquidity and wetness. According to the commentary on Visuddhimagga, the path of purity, yogi should begin the practice of meditation with what is simple and obvious. It is rather like studying the Dhamma. How can one acquire a good knowledge of Buddhism? By learning first and foremost the very difficult Patana, a book of Pitama Pitaka, a book of Buddhist psychology. How can a child begin his education with a difficult subject? The same holds true for the beginner in meditation. The Buddhist teaching is very simple. It requires us to focus our attention on the four bodily postures or ways of movements: standing, sitting, walking, sitting, lying, etc. Buddha said, Gicchantova Gichamiti Bhajanati. When you walk, you know that you are walking. Tito Nisinova Nisinomiti Bhajanati. When you sit, know that you are sitting. Titova Titomiti Bhajanati. When you stand, know that you are standing, etc. This instruction is very simple. That some people doubt that it is Buddha teaching, it is both meditation technique, noting the sitting, standing, walking or lying. It's very simple. So they become doubtful. If it were not mentioned in the Pitaka, in the text as the words of the Buddha, they would have rejected that technique outright. They wish to argue even over the Buddha's teaching and interpret it in their own way. They view walking in a conventional sense and deny its reality. In fact, the Buddha's saying does not need to be said correct. If the Buddha had wished to emphasize the philosophical mode of speech, he would have said otherwise. Kichantowa namarupanti pajanati. He would have said, when you walk, you have to know mind and matter. He would have said in this way. Now Buddha said, when you walk, you know that you are walking. That is very simple. So yogis should not be doubtful when you really engage in the practice. Now you are sitting, you have to note sitting. When you walk, you have to note walking, raising, pushing forward, dropping. And when your concentration and mindfulness becomes strengthened, you know that the intention to go and the going do not occur at the same time, and many things you can discover by just noting, walking very attentively. So we should not be doubtful. We remember the simple teaching. We have to watch mindfully. We have to note attentively every psychophysical phenomena arising at the six sense doors. And we begin our practice with what is simple and obvious object. Whatever doubt arises, doubt in the practice, we have to note it. So doubt, if we have doubt about the practice, we are like a man who comes to a crossroads and we cannot decide which way to go. And it must be done away with careful noting, doubt, and you continue your practice and note again. The doubt can come innocently disguised as intellectual reasoning, and it will tie us up in change. So the robbers caught up, and robber will kill us, and they will took all the money. So we have to be very, very careful about the doubt. We have to note, continuously noting. We have to recite the Maxim 7 and 7b. So we'll continue. Tomorrow we have to stop our discourse for today by practicing Vipassana meditation, by overcoming all mental hindrances, by purifying our minds with continuous routine. May you all practitioners realize the real peace in the very near future.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.